this shit. Got my fucking stomach in, never eat a fucking again. Better pray for all my sin, I don't feel no pain again. Fucking quit, got my fucking stomach in, I don't need a fucking again. Suffer now for all my sin, never feel no pain again. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing.
Waking up like I ain't broke. All I need's a fucking smoke. While I fucking walk, drink another fucking coke. Food just make me wanna choke. Got my stomach I like smoke. No, that's not a fucking joke. Clear my plate, I'd rather croak. Extra shit like a bad plot. Mentally all I do is rot. Feels like I've been fucking shot. Fuck this life, I only set my lot. Why so fat? Why so fat? You so ugly, got no tats. Why so fat? Why so fat?
Now you feel just like a man.
If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing.
Feel so nauseous, I can't eat. All I want's to fucking sleep. Call it out, that's not a leap. I won't, so I'd rather weep. Fuck this shit, I don't know why. Makes me wanna fucking die. All I do is fucking cry. You won't see me eye to eye. I ain't hungry, eat no steak. Want no bake for your cake. Fuck them bitches, they all fake.
They just judge him on a snake.
Bile in my throat when I see a fucking note. I don't want to fucking choke. All I need's an antidote. When I die, so she wrote. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing.
Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome to the goddamn opium hour, yo. Hopium, fuck yeah, we got hopium, yo. Damn, I'm high too, yo. I'm high on fucking hopium. Damn right, damn fucking right. Hi, Jamie, looking good. What up, Red Shoddy? Welcome. You're drunk? Damn, we got an audience full of drunken high people. That works. That fucking works for what we're doing tonight. TJ is garbage. Okay, let's not take it to that extreme just yet. You know, maybe in a little bit. You know, we'll see. We'll see where the night takes us. Can I be mod? As a general rule, I tend to not mod anybody who asks to be a mod. But if you stick around in the chat and I view you to be a worthwhile member, I might mod you eventually. I can't be drunk. The baby boys are still awake. Yeah, dude. You gotta do them dad duties before you can get drunk, yeah. I don't want to be sober, but that's what I am. Damn. So then, you could say that if you're what you drink, you must be nothing. Poo. Damn. What up, Hyun? You doing good, yo? How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing great. Hope we're having a hope we're having a good night. I like TJ and you, so mixed. Dude, okay, I want to make this clear right off the bat. This is not gonna be an attack stream on TJ, okay? As fun and probably justified as that might be, okay? This is just, I just got some minor disagreements, okay? Some little things. I'm doing okay, but pissed off at my power company. Yeah, I heard there's a shit ton of blackouts today. It's fucking insane. Has nothing to do with these record-breaking storms and cold fronts and whatnot. Yeah, dude, a friendly roasting. Knowing TJ though, he could probably give me a far more effective roasting. So I gotta be careful, okay? I gotta be careful. I can't can't piss him off too much. Where the? Whatever. Woke up at 10 a.m. to absolutely no power and no cell phone service at all. Well, I didn't fucking sleep last night, so I win. God damn it. I got this, like, giant, annoying zit that, like, grew on the back of my fucking neck. I don't know if it's from, like, the makeup that I wear. Like, because I do use some pretty fucking cheap makeup at times, because makeup be expensive, y'all. That's why I've got it on my Amazon wish list down there. Plug. If anyone wants to send me some fucking makeup that I use all the goddamn time. But no, yeah, I don't know if that's what's causing it or what, but I keep getting these fucking gross, annoying, fucking painful ass zits. Got one right here too. Yeah, there you go. I tried to hide it with makeup. I couldn't. Didn't want to be hidden. So, there you go. There you fucking go. The big ugly zit on the face of this stream is not me for once. It's on me. So there we go. Do you wash your face often? Yes, but not often enough apparently. I'm working on it, okay? I'm fucking working on it. Don't be shaming me, yo. Don't be shaming my fucking hygiene habits. I've been using makeup since I was an egg. Well, I'm new to makeup, okay? I'm not. Chess has been telling me, like, you need to wash your face off at night from, like, the makeup, and half the time I don't like to, because it's just boring. Like, it's not boring. It's not that it's boring. Fuck. It's just annoying. I don't like doing it. I don't like doing it. Whatever. I think I look pretty. I want to look pretty when I go to bed. Fuck you. I want to be sexy in my dreams, okay? It'll help me feel beautiful. Anyway, guess that's as good a segue as any. Let's take a look at a certain situation over here. Because, you know, it's really fucking funny. I've been criticized for a long-ass time for being a Tajikiphant. I'm the TJ sycophant. All I do is agree with TJ and defend TJ and, you know, simp for TJ because he is, of course, the amazing fucking atheist. And, yeah, you know, people have called that cringe. You know, people have been like, hey, you know, you don't seem to have your own fucking opinions and shit. And, you know, you just always agree with TJ. And I, for one, okay, unlike most people, I might add, decided to look inward. And I asked myself, is that true? And I asked myself, come on, God. Now you're just a Vosh and TJ sycophant? Nope. Although I will admit, okay, I have probably become a little more aligned with Vosh. Probably by a lot, actually. But, you know what? I try to challenge fucking Vosh as well, dude. I don't always agree with Vosh either. I'm kind of done with that point in my life where I just kind of, like, found someone to, like, agree with on everything. And I will add, by the way, and as someone who came out of a religious mindset, if anyone else out there has gone through this, I understand. Because when you're raised religious, you're taught to defer to some sort of authority, and that you need someone who's smarter and wiser than you to, like, guide you. someone, you need like a set of rules and a set of beliefs. And honestly, before I started watching TJ, I literally, unironically, cringe-inducingly called myself a Carlinist. Yeah. Unironically, for the longest time, I had my, I had, what was it, on Facebook, my political views, I had listed as George Carlin. And I under that, I wrote a little description. I was like, I agree with George Carlin on everything politically. If you want to know what I think politically, listen to George Carlin in the 90s. Yeah, we can all... I'll let you all take a minute to cringe over that, okay? Because shortly after, I started watching TJ. And, Carlinist, George Carlin, I was a fan of the dude, but I didn't even know that was a term. I don't know if that was a term either. I for all I know, I made it up. I think I did make it up. That doesn't mean it's not also in existence. Someone else might use it too, but I just kind of was like, yeah, I'm a Carlinist. In fact, I literally was like thinking, like, one day I was like, God, I saw that episode of Family Guy where Peter makes the church of the Church of the Fawns. And I was like, who we could really use a church for? The Church of George Carlin. Let's do it. Let's start the Church of George Carlin, yo. Yeah, kind of dumb. What do you think about Carlin's shtick on the environment? I don't remember it. Honestly. He might have been, he was probably wrong about it. It was probably at least a little bit out of date in his thinking. Although I might be wrong. I don't remember. It was plastic. Oh, okay. Yeah, he didn't he do a bit where he was like, for all we know, the universe needs plastic, and that's our reason for existing, is to introduce plastic into the ecosystem. I do agree with him that this planet will exist for long after we're gone, okay? And it'll keep going. Now, we'll destroy several million species along with us, but the planet itself, sure. I get that, and I agree with it. Like, also, you gotta understand, George Carlin, and this is the kind of thing I wasn't fully understanding at the time, George Carlin was making jokes a lot of the time. He was trying to be funny. Now, that doesn't mean he didn't believe most of what he said, but I think the idea that he believed 100% of what he said is ridiculous. Of course he didn't. But whatever. Like, we can speculate about what George Carlin did and didn't believe all we fucking want. I have an uncle who, and some of you guys have met him before, the Minister of Defense, he's come on my channel before, who literally, unironically, I don't know if he still believes this, but he believed this years ago when I talked to him about it, that George Carlin became a Christian on his deathbed. So he believes in, he's a strong believer in deathbed confessions. It is how some Christians cope. With the idea that they enjoy artists and celebrities and whatnot who are not Christian. They can like convince themselves, well, this person from what I've seen is a good enough person, so I would just imagine that God would have revealed himself to them on their deathbed, and they would, because yeah, my uncle believes that people are often, that God often reveals himself to them at least on or before their deathbed. So that it's kind of weird, but whatever. So like I said, there's a million people who believe a million different things about George Carlin, so there's no point. Let's talk about someone who we can still get the opinions of, because like I said, shortly after my stint as a Carlinist, I discovered one, The Amazing Atheist on YouTube, and I mean, Carlin had pretty much pushed me most of the way to atheism, but like TJ just fucking cemented it, because I didn't believe in God for the most part, but like I was like, I kind of hung around church. I hung out with Christians because I was just kind of like, it was the only place I felt accepted, and I didn't really want to admit that I didn't believe in it. I kind of acted like I did for a while because I was also ashamed. And one of the biggest, and look, before I shit on TJ, okay, one of his most helpful things for me was a video, I don't remember what it was titled, but it was a video about how you don't have to be ashamed to be an atheist. About how they try to shame you and look down on you and act like you're a fucking piece of unrepentant shit for being an atheist, and there's nothing fucking wrong with coming to a logical fucking conclusion based on facts and evidence. And I fucking love that, and I will never forget that shit. I'll always be grateful to TJ for teaching me that shit. However, as I mentioned before, I may have had a bit of an unhealthy relationship with TJ's content for a while. I was a bit of a sycophant because, again, I still had the mindset that I needed something, some guiding force, something that I could, like, you know, hold on to that would give me, like, all my moral values and everything. So I kind of tried to, like, align myself. Now, that's not to say I didn't agree with a lot of what TJ was saying, but because I agreed with a lot of what he was saying, I also took it to a dumb logical conclusion, which was, okay, so if he's right about this, he must be right about everything. And because I enjoy him so much, I need to defend him, and I need to agree with him, and I need to not, like, no dissent, you know? I gotta always agree with TJ because he is the great and wonderful TJ, whatever. It was cringe. Okay? And a lot of people on my old show made fun of me for that. And a lot of people in general just were like, you fucking Tajikafant. And I agree. I was a bit of a Tajikafant, and it was cringe. But as I've like gotten older and you know, learned more and you know, try to view the world more critically. And honestly, look, and I talked to TJ a while back on this channel about critical thinking, and I kept like, it was not a great stream. It was half circle jerk, half me trying to challenge TJ on things and then falling back immediately when he offered any pushback, which was dumb, terrible. I really do plan to, like, push harder next time I'm in a stream with TJ. I'm gonna, like, the things that we disagree on, I'm gonna try to actually have like a discussion about these things, rather than just like, oh my god, TJ, you're so great. Oh my god, hey TJ, don't we agree on this? And don't we agree on that? And we should agree on this too because okay. It was a bad stream, okay? I know a lot of you like it. I know that's how some of you found me, okay? It's not a great stream, okay? Anyway, so, like I said, as of late, critical thinking, it's something I've been working on, and I've not perfected it. I'm still struggling with critical thinking. I think honestly, it's something that takes a long time to learn, okay? It does take a very long time to fucking learn and to actually think critically, but I'm getting better at it. And that's why I try, like, even though I find myself agreeing with Vosh a lot, like on a lot of things, I try to question. I go, okay, wait, am I agreeing with this because Vosh said it, or am I agreeing with this because I agree with it? And I'll be honest, I haven't thought of, I can't think of anything off the top of my head that I disagree with Vosh on. Maybe I'll do a stream about disagreeing with Vosh eventually. I'll, like, compile a bunch of stuff that I disagree with Vosh on, because I know it's out there. I know it exists. I've heard him say things that I disagree with before, and I've, like, spoken up in the chat. Not that he looks at YouTube chat. And, dude, fuck his GG chat, yo. You can't even use that on your phone. It's fucking gay. Fucking gay, yo. I would never force you guys to use a chat that you can't even use on your phone. I guess that's just one way I'm better than Vosh. And yeah, dude, that's my fucking fundamental disagreement with Vosh right there. Him and his stupid fucking GG chat. Fuck him and fuck his GG chat. I get it, though. YouTube chat is a cesspool. Nobody has to agree with, has to 100% agree with anyone on anything. Yeah, exactly. What drama has TJ gotten himself into this time? I just can't. Nothing. No, there's no drama. I'm about to get into some stuff from I'm about to get into some stuff that I disagree with TJ on because, okay, well, I'll just get to this, okay? As I've been working on thinking critically more and challenging people that I normally agree with, including TJ, I've found myself in TJ's streams lately disagreeing with him and getting into little arguments in the chat with him. You know, nothing heated or anything, but like, you know, just, you know, minor disagreements and whatnot. And I love it, dude. I knew it was only a matter of time before I got my own cringy DFF subreddit post dedicated to how annoying I am to the show. But let's take a look at this here. This is fun. Fuck. Okay. So here it is. I see you disagree with Paul a lot on ideology. Oh, I do. I don't really bother getting into arguments or disagreements with Paul just because Paul is a little more extremely stubborn. And I think if I was going to see eye to eye with Paul, I would have to be in a voice chat with him. I don't think I could win an argument with Paul, or I don't even care to win. I don't think I would have a productive argument with Paul over text. I think he just gets too emotional and too, he assumes a lot when he reads people's shit in text too, which is one of the, I don't like arguing in ideology. But I do a little bit. Anyway, so let's take a look at this. Here's my, here's a post from the DFF subreddit, okay? Jae Darké is cool and all, but I don't watch TJ to see him have to defend himself against his own mod. Yeah, dude. How dare I, as TJ's mod, disagree with him, yo? I should be always on TJ's side, no matter what, backing him up, defending every dumbass position he espouses. Yes, that's definitely the case. Yeah, text is not a good platform for discourse, which I'm gonna get into in a minute. But anyway, let's look at this first. So, I have trans friends. I'm cool with trans people. But if you can't even moderate a chat without having to make it about yourself and your experiences, without taking everything personally, you shouldn't be a mod. I hate my body too. I'm disabled, and I always will be. I've heard for a year how my death from COVID would be negligible since I'm chronically ill. By the way, that's really fucked up if someone said that to you, but yeah, it sucks. You gotta learn to deal with it in a healthy way, and if you can't do that, you need to find a new thing to do. She really ruined TJ's last stream. Okay. So, okay. Let's go to this line by line. Okay. So, I am cool and all, okay, but you don't want to have to see TJ defend himself against me. Okay. So again, yeah, I already addressed that. I have trans friends. I'm cool with trans people. That's good. But if you can't even moderate a chat without having to make it about yourself, how did I make it about myself? TJ said a thing, and we'll look at it in a second. TJ said a thing that, a very broad statement that I disagreed with. And I explained to him from my own perspective why I disagreed with that. And yeah, we'll watch the clip in a second. It's funny. And then I'll get into my disagreement with TJ, by the way. But so let's see. Okay, so, and if you can't moderate a chat without making it about yourself and your experiences and taking everything personally, you shouldn't be a mod. And then I hate my body too. So don't make it all about yourself. By the way, I hate my body too. I'm disabled and always will be. And an anecdote about how someone told him his death from COVID would be negligible. Again, fucked up. Okay, I'm not denying that. And how he's chronically ill. okay? So, okay, I get it. You're using an anecdote to, like, make a point, but, like, the fact is, we all have experiences, and if you brought that up in the chat and was like, here's my experiences based on this, I don't think anyone would have had a problem with that. But anyway, you got to learn to deal with it in a healthy way. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I am doing. But it's trust me, like, it gets hard some days, and, like, I don't know, hearing someone say, basically what TJ said was that he doesn't believe feeling beautiful is a thing. He believes that the only reason to make yourself look beautiful or attractive or whatever is for the benefit of others. And I'm going to get into that in a minute, why that's not true. And I'm pretty sure the trans people in my audience already are, and probably the women in my audience, are fully aware of why this is not true. But I'll get into it, okay? But yeah, I am learning to deal with it in a healthy way. It's hard, but yeah, I'm doing that. If you can't do that, you need to find a new thing to do. What do you mean a new thing to do? You mean a new thing other than modding TJ's stream? You realize I do my own live streams, and you realize, like, I'm a fan of TJ, and I'm friends with TJ, and he gave me the wrench for a fucking reason, and I go in there once in a while. I don't even spend all my fucking time in there. I go in there once in a while, and I ban some fucking dipshits, or don't even ban. I time out some dipshits. That's all I fucking do. As far as TJ's chat, but you're talking as if, like, what does that even mean? I need to find a new thing to do. What new thing do I need to find? Like, you're talking as if, like, this is what I do with my life, is mod TJ's chat. As you can see, I have my own fucking show, and you know, I don't even mod TJ's chat out of obligation. I watch his chat because I still enjoy watching his streams, and yeah, I'll moderate while I'm there, because why not? Yeah, I ruined TJ's last stream. Okay, I want to highlight this part because I ruined TJ's last stream. Okay, let's scroll down to where because some people start talking about it. Entire discussion. Someone put, okay. What? Look, I ruined TJ's entire stream. This person asks, I'm out of the loop. What happened? Watch the stream. Corruption is cool. Starting at 2 hours and 8 minutes. I somehow, I think that's the funniest part. I somehow ruined the stream from 2 hours and 8 minutes in. Okay. By the way, I actually realized that wasn't the only disagreement I had with TJ in that stream, and I'm surprised no one here even brought it up. Anyway, I like this person here. I'd prefer a mod willing to disagree without fear of repercussion over a gooch gargling yes man mod. Of course, either type could turn into a trigger-happy ban fiend whose personal hot takes, rather than set rules, dictate moderating actions. As long as it doesn't come to that, I don't see much problem. And yeah, by the way, I don't do that. Like I said, I don't even ban people. I time people out on occasion when they're being dipshits and have broken the rules that TJ sets in place. Okay? Or when I deem them to be dipshits, because TJ has said that I'm allowed to ban people if I feel they're worthy of being banned, but or timed out or whatever. But I try to be very conservative with that power as well. Okay? So, that's, yeah, it's like spending 8 hours at a theme park and then it rains 10 minutes before closing and you're like, oh, our trip is ruined. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Okay, let's see these other comments. So that person, I guess they went and watched it and then they commented on their own and said, yeah, I just saw it, and that was really uncomfortable to watch. I noticed this influx of people, mainly on the left, trying to turn their own self-hatred of their body and blaming society for it. I generally give trans people a pass, but she was kind of being obnoxious about it. When was I blaming society for my own self-hatred? Again, we'll watch the clip in just a second. But, like, I'd never... I never I never blamed society. I was just explaining to TJ that maybe he doesn't understand it, but for some people, feeling beautiful is a thing. Feeling attractive, feeling, you know, it can be a feeling. There are a lot of women who, you know, during COVID, for example, were like, you know, oh, I did my makeup today and I did my hair and I dressed up and I got all pretty. I wasn't going out to see anyone, but I just felt good. And in terms of like my own personal experience, even I'll put the trans thing aside. Here's how I felt before I ever transitioned. Days when I wouldn't shower and I wouldn't really get out of bed or do much or brush my hair even or shave, I felt gross. I would feel gross. And then on days where I'd be like, you know what, I'm gonna shave, I'm gonna make myself look nice, I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna trim my beard a little bit, I'm gonna wash my hair, I'm gonna you know, and then I'm gonna, you know, I felt good. I felt better about myself because I could look in the mirror and see something that didn't like gross me out or make me like think less of myself. And that might have to do with society, sure, but even if you're not going anywhere, you can still feel like you look good. Anyway, both TJ and Paul's mods are annoying as fuck that have serious complex problems. No surprises here. Okay. Nah, dude, Paul's mods suck, okay? TJ's mods, we're the shit, yo. We're the fucking shit. I accidentally wrote it. Okay, that's irrelevant. I don't know. Those streams are meant to be a discussion, and all I saw was Jamie and TJ talking about their perspective on dysphoria. I understand that people may not enjoy the discussion, and that's fine. But I don't know if I would call that taking over the stream. No, it was definitely not taking over the stream. Anyway, here, let's take a look at the stream in question. Because I gotta go to the, what was it? 2 hours and 8 minutes. Oh, and I gotta wear my fucking dumbass headset, because need a new cord for my fucking mic. Okay, let's take a listen. And, you know what? I'll leave the chat here so you guys can see what I said.
You can't feel beautiful. It's not a fucking feeling. My opinion. What they want is for other people to tell them they're beautiful. I mean, they get that, though.
So, basically, so all TJ did here was he was talking about like toxic masculinity and toxic femininity and whatever. There's not much to say about that stuff, but yeah. So he basically said, yeah, that he doesn't think there's such a thing as feeling beautiful, and I say feeling beautiful is absolutely a thing. And yeah, see, inner booty, but yeah, inner beauty. You can have inner beauty, you know. And for example, you know, you can be a fat neckbeard, you know, but you can be a intelligent, kind-hearted person that makes you beautiful on the inside, or you could be a sexy specimen of a man like TJ himself, obviously, and be intelligent and okay. I said I was done with the TJ dick sucking. Okay, it's done. It's an old joke. It's done. It's put to bed. I apologize. Okay. Okay.
Feeling beautiful is absolutely a thing. It must be an exclusively fucking female thing, or woman thing, I should say.
Now, I could say I could say maybe I agree with you because I've felt more this way as a woman. Now, or you could say I've always been a woman, so that explains why I ever. Because I'll be honest, there have been times when, especially before I came out and before I was even admitting to myself who I was, that I didn't feel beautiful often, but every once in a while. And I was talking about this on stream the other day. It did happen to be times when I looked a little more feminine, looked a little more girly. I would catch a glimpse of myself in the mirror or I would like see myself in the mirror from far away, and I'd be like, oh, that I feel like I look good. Like, it wasn't about who saw me looking that way. It was about how I felt about myself. Because feeling that you yourself are attractive can make you more confident in general. I really think that's what confidence is, in a sense. Maybe not all forms of confidence, because you can be confident in yourself in other ways. But some people aren't natural public speakers like TJ, who probably feels more confident in his ability to speak and speak well rather than in his own appearance. And that's fine. But then there are people who clearly, like, that's how they feel good about themselves. That's how they feel confident. And I do think confidence is a feeling. And you can't feel confident in yourself physically without feeling beautiful or feeling attractive.
Because I don't know, I don't have a feeling I associate with it. I mean, I look at myself and I recognize that I am the most gorgeous and beautiful human being to ever exist, bar none. Like, my aesthetics are completely sound, and anyone who disagrees is just a fool.
Of course.
But I don't ever feel beautiful. I just happen to know as a fact that I am.
I mean, okay, I don't know. You've never felt beautiful when, like, you know, I don't know. Here, I'll throw out a random example. Like, what, you know, you're at your wedding with Chelsea. You're all like dressed up, and you know, Chelsea tells you that you're like the most handsome man on the planet. You've never felt. I don't know if that particularly happened at your wedding, but I've seen her call you like handsome and gorgeous and whatever. Like, that's never made you like feel good about yourself. To be like, yeah, I am good looking, yeah, you know? Or do you just not believe it about yourself? Because that's a possibility. I noticed what you did there. You said, like, and I'm not trying to psychoanalyze you, maybe a little bit, but if I'm fully aware I might be completely off base on this, but when you just said, like, oh, you know, like, of course I'm like a specimen of a man. I'm the, you know, whatever he said, you know, I'm the example, the epitome of male attractiveness or whatever. Do you not believe that about yourself, TJ? Because I used to say things like that constantly when I did not believe it about myself. I used to be like, you know, I'm sexy. Yeah, I look so good. I'm fucking hot. Women want me because I'm fucking sexy. Girls flirt with me, right? But yeah. So I don't know. Like, I'm not saying that's necessarily what you're doing here, but some people do that, where they the less confident they feel about themselves, the more they feel the need to act like they are confident and about their attractiveness anyway. And I don't know. Again, I'm not trying to project that onto TJ or anything. I'm just it makes me curious because you know, people have called you attractive before. You know, you have people that, like, you've said, like, fans will, like, send you, like, dick pics and, like, tit pics and shit, and be like, yeah, fuck me, TJ, or whatever. And, like, that, do you never, like, have this feeling, this sense of, like, yeah, you know what? People do fucking want me. Because if you don't, then I would suggest maybe, like, maybe make an attempt to, like, entertain that way of thinking once in a while. You know, if Chelsea tells you you're really handsome or whatever, try and get in that mindset where you're like, damn right I am. Damn right I am. And I'm glad you fucking noticed, bitch. Because it can do wonders for your, like, self-esteem and whatnot. And I'm not saying TJ has low self-esteem, okay? I don't think he does. But yes, I have met TJ in person, and he is quite different. I met him a couple times in person. He is quite different from how he is on camera. he kind of does try to play up more of an act and be more of a bit of an edgelord. But in person, TJ's sweet. Okay, I'm gonna say this. He tries to pretend like he's not, but he's a sweetheart. Okay, TJ's sweet. Don't want to admit it, but he is. I promise you that's probably going to be the most offensive thing I'll say about TJ in the whole show. Like, if he takes issue with anything I've said about him so far, it's probably that right there. Okay. Anyway. Let's listen to some more.
So, you know?
Here, we'll speed it up a little bit. TJ talking so slow.
Truth. Self-image. Like, if you ever think...
Yeah, I said, I feel beautiful when I do my makeup and dress up. It's not about how other people view me. I feel, it's how I feel about my own self-image. And yeah, like, I know you're going to, like, say, okay, well, I'll let him say what his thought is.
Think about, like, self-image doesn't really matter at all.
Except that it kind of does, TJ. If you view yourself as a worthless piece of shit, you're not going to have the confidence to achieve anything. And honestly, I look back at myself and, like, it's one of the things that's held me back a lot over the years is not feeling confident, not having any confidence in my own self-image, viewing myself as kind of a worthless, low-life bottom feeder, and just being just, you know, like, honestly, like, it and by the way, if TJ thinks self-image doesn't matter, then yeah, what the fuck is this shit then? What is this? And what is this? Because clearly TJ tries to portray some sort of external self-image. Like, he tries to project some kind of image of himself. Okay? So I think saying self-image doesn't matter is, like, a little bit hypocritical and short-sighted. And I'm not saying he's doing this intentionally, but, like, again, maybe examine some of this stuff. Like, if you really don't care about self-image, then I don't know, make this your profile. Knowing TJ, he'll just make this his profile picture and then be like, there you go, fuck you, Jamie, I don't care. And then he'll, like, change his fucking Twitter profile to, like, the amazing duty head, and then be like, his fucking description is just like, god dumb, I don't know, like, maybe he literally doesn't give a fuck, okay? But I'd be willing to I'd be willing to bet that maybe if he did take that stance, it would be more for the joke of it. And it's not that he doesn't care about how people view him. It's that he knows people aren't going to view him that differently based on that joke. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. But to be fair, TJ could just have those things on his profile just because he thinks they look cool. I mean, fair enough. I mean, it does look cool, but, like, why does looking cool matter? Why do you care? Why do you care whether or not people view you as cool? Why do you care about what is or isn't cool? Clearly, you look... honestly, I think TJ looks at this image of himself and he's like, yeah, that's fucking cool. And, I mean, cool and beauty are two sides of the same coin, I guess. You know, that they're ways you view yourself and ways you feel about yourself. You know? And I mean, I used to like imagery like this of myself and trying to, like, project that sort of image because I felt like it made me look cool, you know, and it was more you know, I felt more confident, more strong. That's why I like I said, like, when I was Jae Darké, Lord Darké, for the last, like, 3 or 4 years on YouTube, like, that was mostly a character. That was mostly me being a version of myself that I thought people wanted me to be because it made me feel more confident. It made me more able to speak in front of people because I was putting on an act and I didn't have to show people who I really was. Me being able to be myself now and speak is a sign of like personal growth and shit. And I'm not saying TJ's not being himself, by the way. I'm not saying that. If this is how TJ sees himself, then rock on, okay? I think it looks fucking badass. But again, clearly you have some value in your own self-image. Whether it is these physical aesthetics or it's just... Oops. Oops. Where the fuck did that go? Where the fuck did the video go? That's the wrong video. What the fuck? Okay. Yeah, whether it's that or whether it's just him, how he views himself as like a comedic or an entertaining presence on YouTube. You know, it all has to do with self-image. And look, I'm gonna say this: if TJ was like a hell of a lot less successful, you know, maybe he would or maybe he wouldn't have the same self-image of himself. I don't know, but oh, there it is. Okay, god damn it. It was in a different browser completely. Okay, let's listen a little more.
Like, because who cares? Like, you don't even have to look at yourself. You know what I mean? Like, self-image is bullshit. Who cares?
I mean, everyone has at least one mirror in their house, okay? And again, to bring it back to the trans thing, because that is the my biggest experience with it now is the fact that, yeah, there are mirrors in my house, and it's not just about like how I mean, to a certain extent it is about how other people see me, but then it's also I want to feel good. I want to feel like I look good. It's a feeling. Even there are days when I don't even stream when I put on makeup and I you know, I make myself look nice because I feel better that way. And when I look at certain parts of my body, when I wake up in the morning and there's fucking stubble all over my fucking face, and you know, I feel ugly in that moment. When I look at like the fucking hair that grows all over my fucking arms and legs, that's like a fucking jungle. Like I feel ugly. And again, I know those of you out there who are trans can empathize with this because dysphoria is a real feeling. And I don't think it's 100% societal. It has a lot to do with, and it's part of it might be societal, but then again, what the fuck isn't? What the fuck isn't a social construct or a result of a social construct? We live as we are now. We have evolved a certain way. We've been socialized and brought up a certain way, and we think the way we think, and we have the feelings we have, and we have the feelings that we have now. And my catchphrase on this channel, and I haven't said it in like a hell of a long time, was you should never apologize for how you feel. That doesn't mean you can't apologize for how you react about how you feel, but you're not to blame for your own feelings. And what I think, now look, I understand TJ's coming from like a place of like not fully understanding this, which I get and I'm fine with, but I also feel like he's having a little bit of an uncharitable position on this, where rather than being like, well, you know what, fuck society for telling people how they should feel about themselves and how they look, he's almost taking the position of, well, why are you so dumb to let that affect you? Why are you not smart enough to, or strong-willed enough or whatever, to be able to recognize that as a societal flaw and say, I don't give a fuck. I don't know. And I wish I fucking was. I really wish I fucking was. But the fact is I'm not. I'm not that strong. I can't just say fuck society. I'm never going to walk out of my house in the morning without shaving. I'm just not going to do it. Not until I get fucking laser hair removal or some shit, which is fucking expensive. Oh my god. I love you guys. Remember to donate, by the way, if you're enjoying this. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh, that's where that went. Okay. I can sort of relate to this in that I have to shave hair between my eyebrows like once a week, which sounds easy. Thing is, it drives me fucking crazy if the space between them isn't even. Oh fuck yeah, dude! I have that issue too. It's not as big of an issue because now I just pluck. Get yourself some tweezers, pluck them. They'll stay gone longer than shaving them, and because the more you shave them, the faster they grow. So yeah, I get a little pair of tweezers and just pluck out the ones in the middle. And yeah, unless they're like really hairy, like actual eyebrow like thickness in the middle. Like, I mean, you still can pluck them, but I hate how hairy I am, and I'm not transgender, so I probably don't have it as hard as you, but I can somewhat understand what it's like, and I hope you get more happy with how you look. Yes, trust me, I am working on that. I still haven't been able to start HRT yet, but when I do that, that'll help, and various things will help. Again, guys, if you are enjoying my content, please donate, because it fucking helps me out a lot. Or become a patron. Become a patron. We need more patrons. I'm trying to get to 20 patrons, so we can reach our next goal and start doing like commentaries. We need 6 more people, yo. Anyway. It's hard to describe what gender dysphoria is like. It feels like you're an imposter in your own body. Yeah, that can definitely be a factor. Anyway, let's listen to some more of what TJ has to say.
Like, it doesn't really matter. You're not fucking sitting around staring into a mirror all day. You're fucking... Anyway, pretty much everyone around you sees you way more than you do. I see myself a lot more than most people do because I'm constantly looking at a fucking screen with my face on it. But, you know? Like, most people barely ever fucking see themselves. What you really care about is how other people see you.
And by the way, this might be the one area where I guess someone could accuse me of making it about myself. But TJ said like, oh, you know, well, most people don't even have to worry about that. I mean, I have to worry about that because I have to look at myself all day. And I'm like, well, so do I. In fact, I stream more than TJ does. And now I don't think I film myself as much as TJ does because he also does DFF and shit. But like, in terms of like live streaming and having to sit and watch yourself, yeah, I'm doing that a lot. And in terms of like, there's just a lot of ways you can catch glimpses of yourself. You can catch a glimpse of yourself in a mirror, in a car window, in any window really, in a puddle, like, and there are people who have jobs that force them to end up looking at themselves a lot, or people who just spend time in places where they have to look. And honestly, even if you don't have a fucking mirror, even if like, because I'll be honest, like I'm wearing this dress and it feels pretty. I have another dress that I wear other times and it feels even more pretty. That little black one with like the choker thing around my neck and the little heart on the chest, like you guys know it. I love that because I feel so fucking pretty wearing that. I feel so fucking beautiful when I'm wearing that. Like I love it. I love how my body feels. I love how I feel like I look, and it feels good. It feels good. I'm actually really sad I can't wear that like much in the winter because of how fucking cold it is. That's why I got a long sleeve dress, because coldness. Fuck the cold. So yeah, all jokes aside, during that stream, I felt like you two were talking past each other. Well, look, again, this is why I don't like text arguments, because it was very hard to express a lot of these things that I'm saying now in the chat during that stream. And the other frustrating thing is TJ doesn't see everything that I say in the chat. And so that, because I think one of the things I said he ends up not seeing, and then he sees like the next thing I say, and like that it can be like it can be hard, especially like when you have a lot to say to like bolster your point, and the person's just kind of like casually looking at a chat that's moving really quickly. And that's not really anyone's fault. It's just, again, it makes it really hard to have a discussion, which is why I don't like conversations between text. And which is why, like, I pointed this out yesterday when TJ and Sarah were arguing, and I'll take a look at that in a minute. But they were just arguing back and forth, and at one point, I commented, I was just like, you two really need to like have a discussion like on stream or something. And Sarah commented back like kind of immediately assuming that like I was just in it for the blood sport, and be like, not everything has to be content. And I was like, it's not even about the content. I that's not where my head was at all. I was fucking thinking of the fact that like you two are clearly talking past each other, and I don't think you understand each other's positions as well as either of you think you do. And I'd love to see you hash this out in a stream, because I don't think text is a good place to have conversations. I think there ends up being a lot of disconnect. Anyway.
But no one wants to say that because, oh, it's weakness. It's like it exposes too much vulnerability to care what other people think. You know, so people don't want to fucking. Plus, you know, people are stupid. So it's like.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't care what other people think. I do. But that's not the only factor. It's not just all about what other people think. Because, look, you can think that other people view you positively or not, but personally, I care more about feeling comfortable with myself, looking a way that I want to look, and then recognizing that there are going to be some people out there that like it and some people that don't like it. Okay? Like, I'm fully aware, like, I could fucking fully, like, transition, get, like, facial reconstruction surgery and a boob job and fucking everything. And some people would still look at me and be like, you're trans, you're gross, you're ugly. Ugh. So I'm fully aware of that, and I don't really care. So again, like, I think, like, and especially when the conversation comes to trans people, which, and I'm sorry I keep making it about that, but I feel like the trans argument pretty easily debunks the idea that there's no such thing as a caring about beauty. For a lot of people, just being trans in general, like, maybe not for everybody, but for some people, definitely, you have to have, like, an inherent level of not caring what other people think, because people are going to be like, you'll never be this gender, you'll never, like, so I think, honestly, in order to transition openly, you kind of do have to, like, get over the fact that there are always going to be people that don't like you, and people who think you're gross, and people who think that you are fucking delusional, insane, ugly, and disgusting, and yeah, like, that they're just always going to exist. And if I wasn't okay with that fact, at least on some level, I'm not saying I wouldn't be trans, but it would be very hard to be trans. It'd be very hard to be open about it.
Like, you really don't want to care what they think. Because it's like, I resent that I feel that way. But, you know, that's really what I care about.
I'll admit to that, too. Like, I resent feeling like I care like what other people care. I don't like that. But again, I think it's a very narrow-minded view of this topic, which is far more nuanced than I think TJ is giving it credit for. Can it have ties into what other people think about you? Sure. But that's not what it's all about. You can feel beautiful, you can feel sexy, you can feel cool, you can feel whatever. You can feel cute. I like feeling cute sometimes. I like wearing something that I think this is really fucking cute. I look fucking adorable. I look fucking adorable. Fuck y'all. I don't care what none of y'all think. So yeah, like, and again, if I cared what other people thought and I put that above everything, I wouldn't be doing this, because I'd be like, well, even though this is what makes me feel beautiful, other people find it gross. Like, I know I got some simps in my audience. I know I got some dudes that are like, oh, fuck yeah, Jamie, you're fucking hot as fuck. Would do 10 out of 10, you know. And I appreciate that. I also realize that's probably a bit exaggerated because we're in a chat and simping is kind of a meme. But I also recognize the fact that there are people, it doesn't matter how much I look like I pass, there are people who I am just hideous and gross to them. People who've come into my own fucking comments. And if I put that first, then I would be ignoring my own feelings of what makes me beautiful, what makes me feel good. So, yeah, that's basically my perspective on that. I don't think I have too much more to say. We can look at a little bit more of this, but I think we're pretty much done with this.
But when I go out, I don't know. I don't really want to look beautiful to people. I want to look interesting. You know?
There you go, TJ. You betray yourself again. You don't want to look beautiful. You want to look interesting. Okay. What's the difference? Isn't looking interesting just a social construct based on how other people view you? Why do you care how other people view you, TJ? Why do you care if other people view you as interesting? See, you do care about your self-image. It's just not about beauty or about conventional attractiveness, and that's fine. I used to want to look interesting too because, again, I'm not projecting shit onto TJ right now because I wanted to look like someone that was actually, I wanted to look more, I wanted to look scary. That's how I wanted to look before. That's why I would always wear hoodies that were mostly covering my face. I would wear mostly black or some kind of edgy t-shirt or something, and I would always be very standoffish because I just wanted people to leave me alone. So I didn't really care about looking interesting. I cared more about looking scary. Which is, again, another thing. Like, it's all part of the same thing, okay? It's all part of your self-image. Whether you feel like you look beautiful, cute, interesting, cool, scary, smart, you know, like, you can feel all of those things. And different people value different categories in different ways. Some people would rather look interesting. Some people would rather look cool. Some people would rather look scary. Some people would rather look dark and mysterious. Some people would rather just look beautiful or look handsome conventionally or look cute, whatever. Like, there's a lot. There's a lot of yeah, and inside every cynic is a disappointed idealist. Yeah, I don't think that's the quote verbatim, but I do think Carlin said something like that, and then that is true. That is true. There's a disappointed optimist inside every cynic. True. I learned to get over the disappointment. Because honestly, and I talked about this on stream a while back, disappointment used to be one of my biggest issues, honestly. I didn't like to ever admit that I felt disappointed, and it just was a very uncomfortable feeling to feel, and I didn't want to admit it to myself or anyone else because I hated feeling disappointed. But I feel like as you get older, you learn to live with that disappointment, or you can learn to live with that disappointment, or you can just let it completely rule your life and spend the rest of your life trying to avoid disappointment. I think that's a waste, personally.
I want them to look at me and do a double take, like, what the fuck? That dude doesn't look like anybody else around here. You know what I mean?
Again, that is based on your self-image, TJ. that is based on a value towards your self-image, yes.
Try living with dysphoria, TJ. Hating yourself whenever you glance in the mirror has nothing to do with what other people think. I don't know. Dysphoria. I don't think I could ever feel dysphoria. I think if you put my mind in like a squid body, I'd be fine. Eventually. Maybe it'd be a bit of a shock at first, but I think I'd adjust pretty quick. Like, okay, I'm a squid now. Cool. Put me in a squid, put me in a bear, put me in a fucking... put me in a garbage fucking can. I'm a sentient garbage can now. This should be interesting.
I don't know if TJ's trying to trivialize what I said there, or if he's just trying to be funny or whatever, but again, like, you don't understand it, and that's fine, but that doesn't mean that it's not a real thing. That doesn't mean that other people don't experience it.
Interesting? I don't know. Dysphoria. But I mean, yeah, people get it. It happens. But I can't attest to any experience that I myself could not fucking, experience.
Well, fair enough.
Squid Kid. TJ the Squid, they call me.
Let's see. Is this...
But like I said, if it's like, oh, I don't like what I see in the mirror. Well, don't look in the fucking mirror then. Just don't have a fucking mirror. Who cares? If you don't care what other people think about how you look, and you only care about how you think you look, then fucking just don't even have a mirror. You don't need it. Like, what's even the excuse to have it at that point?
Now that's a really that's a really simplistic way of viewing it. Just don't look at yourself anymore. It's not that easy, because let's say I threw out all my mirrors. Okay, they're all gone. And I no longer, I threw out this camera, okay? I no longer stream on camera anymore. Now I'm just wondering, what do I look like? I'm wondering constantly. And yeah, that might be when it starts to be more about what other people think. When it's like, I don't even know anymore. But okay, even if I still couldn't see my face, I would still want to dress pretty. I would still want to feel pretty in what I'm wearing. I still enjoy wearing, dresses and skirts because I feel pretty in them. So, and again, whether other people can see me or not, sometimes I will put on a fucking dress and I will run out into the backyard and I will run around and dance around and be like, I'm so beautiful. And no one can fucking see me. And I don't care. Because to me, it feels good. Anyway.
You know what I mean? The whole point of fucking having a mirror is like, you make sure you look all right to head out into fucking society and shit. Make sure your fucking shit's all straight. Like, oh, okay, my hair's good, this is good, that's good. If you're not going to do it for society, you don't need to do it for yourself. Because who the fuck are you? Like, you need to be impressed with yourself? Fuck that. Throw the fucking mirror in the trash.
Why not? As someone who clearly displays tendencies towards narcissism, at least in a joking sense, don't you want to be fucking turned on by yourself? Don't you want to be like, fuck yeah, hell yeah, I'd fuck myself. Fuck yeah, you look hot, yo. What's wrong with that, TJ? What's wrong with that? Explain that to me.
Just imagine whatever fucking appearance you want. Delude yourself it's true. Who fucking cares?
Delude yourself that it's true. Yes, I'm going to, much like a religious person that thinks there's a God, I'm going to be like, I am the most beautiful woman on the planet. It doesn't matter what I wear or what makeup I put on my face. I just am. Okay. Again, look, beauty is a social construct, and I don't think it should be that important, but we live in a society. We do. Okay? Society exists. And there are certain just social constructs that we have to live within. Like, whether they're social constructs or not, they still affect reality. Do people do look in the mirror to shave so they can see what they're doing? Yeah. Although, yeah, you don't have to shave either. Just let the fucking beard grow out so people can be like, oh, yeah, you're so fucking, like, you're so unkempt and, whatnot, you know? Like, again, like, yeah, if I threw away my mirror, first of all, I wouldn't be able to shave anymore. So I'd be like, I'd feel it, and I'd know that it's fucking growing out, and it would grow more and more and more, and I'd be like, I don't need to be able to look at something to be dysphoric about it, okay? Whew, okay.
For most of human history, that's how the fuck it was, right? Like, no one got to see what the fuck they looked like. Maybe you kind of caught a reflection in a fucking...
Well, we're not living in the past anymore, TJ. Well, most of us aren't.
Some water or something. That was the best you could fucking do. Mirrors weren't commonplace. Human beings had no idea what the fuck they looked like. I live stream more than you do, TJ. I'm constantly seeing myself being seen by others. Yeah, well, you know, whatever. You're a fucking, I mean, that's not everybody. That's not even most people. I'm not talking to you specifically. We're fucking making it all, you know,
You actually
self-centered.
kind of were talking to me specifically. So I don't know why he said, like, I'm making it self-centered, because I mean, he's like, most people don't, but I'm pointing out the fact that, like, yeah, but people still do. Okay? I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one that looks at myself constantly and has to look at myself constantly. Now, I don't have to. I could technically stream without the fucking camera, but then you guys would miss out, so. TJ sucking down some copium because he doesn't really realize he's beautiful. Yep. Why do you hate yourself, TJ? Why don't you recognize your own inherent inner beauty, TJ? You need to embrace it. Embrace your beauty, TJ. Embrace it, goddammit. Okay. I think we've done this video to death. I don't think there's much more to it.
Around just your experience, you know? This is more generalized speaking.
Fair enough.
Most people don't fucking live stream constantly. It's not a super common thing. I mean, at this point in human history, I guess a lot of people do live stream.
True.
But I don't know how many people do it super commonly. And I still think more people don't than do. I don't know. I guess I don't fucking, the self-image thing. I don't fully get it.
I love you guys. So yeah, that's pretty much it. As far as this this clip goes, I didn't really say much else. Hang on.
I don't fully get it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So TJ doesn't even admit at the end there that he doesn't get it. And so that, okay, that's fair enough. He admits he doesn't get it. I was just trying to point out with everything here that, like, yeah, different people have different experiences, and I experience it. So for you to say, like, feeling that way is not valid or it doesn't make sense, yeah, I'm going to offer some pushback, and I'm going to offer my own experiences because that's all I really have. Like, I mean, I guess I could, I guess I could offer other people's experiences, but I feel like I know my own experiences the best, right? So that's what I'm going to use. Anyway, yeah, we can move on from this. So I got two other contentions with TJ. This one ended kind of more civil, you know. cordial, whatever. Like I said again, TJ admitted he doesn't fully get it. Yeah. Let's look at a couple other areas where I actually have some more substantial disagreements with TJ. Because I do. You know what? Let's go to the one that's actually earlier in this stream, because, like I said earlier, I disagreed with TJ twice within the course of this stream, but they only brought up the second one. So, and yeah, I look. It sounds to me like the people bitching on Reddit just don't like hearing trans issues talked about. That really does seem like, because again, it was a short ass it's 6 minutes, 6-minute conversation. We didn't dwell on it all that much, and then TJ moved on. So I feel like the only reason to take issue with that is just be like, because they even said trans people are cool and I like trans people, but yeah, basically I just don't want to hear about it. Okay, fair enough, then don't hear about it. It ruined the stream. Yeah, if that ruined the stream for you, you got deeper issues, bro. I don't know what else to say. You got deeper issues. I don't know. Okay. Jamie's Martin Luther nailing the letter on the door of the Church of TJ. Yes, that's exactly what's happening. Okay, let's take a look at another little segment. Okay, here's where I have another little disagreement with TJ, and this is something I'd actually like to talk about a little bit. So we'll watch it first, and then I'll talk about it.
Tankies and MLs. What's an ML? I'm not fucking down with the lingo, I guess.
Oh, because TJ was talking about the alt-right, and I made a joke about the alt-left, and how the alt-left is basically just tankies and MLs. Yeah, TJ, we'll listen.
I'm okay with the tankies, though. I don't really see what the big, why is there all this tanky hate? I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe Vosh can explain it to me next time I'm on his show. Just be like, hey, what's wrong with, what's bad about tankies again? Also really not very clear on what's wrong with class reductionists or eco-fascists or any of these other words that get slung around. I'm pretty cool.
Okay. So, I won't get into the problem with tankies because I'm about to address it in the chat. The problem with class reductionists, TJ, is that class reductionists tend to ignore issues of race, of gender, of intersectionality, and act as if the only issues that need to be fought for are class issues and everything else is unimportant. And there's a very it's a very anti-SJW mindset, okay? This this idea that basically what the only thing to focus on are the class issues, race issues are a waste of time, gender politics is a waste of time, all of it's a waste of time, and it's all just far left nonsense. What we really need to worry about, look, I don't think it's the most harmful thing ever to be a class reductionist and just reduce everything to class issues. I think it's ignorant. Okay? It's ignorant. So I don't hate class reductionists. I just am willing, I'm able to see where the holes in their ideology are and the holes in their advocacy. Because, what up, pagan situations? Welcome, yo. Damn right, I am your new god. We're all getting screwed the same. Yeah, that's not true. We're not all getting screwed the same. I'm sorry. And there's a lot of racial issues that need to be looked at. There's a lot of gender issues that need to be looked at. I'm sorry, like, the SJW, the anti-SJW narrative is bullshit. In fact, the idea of there ever being... there were no SJWs, okay? What is an SJW? All it was is a pejorative labeled onto anyone who had a leftist, postmodernist sort of ideology, okay? It was just a way to smear and discredit any kind of leftist advocacy by saying, oh, well, through straw mans mostly. And it was dumb. And so I feel like the class reductionists are kind of a holdout from those people who were anti-SJWs, who now know that the left had a point on some things, but they're not willing to recognize the other areas in which they also had a point. And so they try to just reduce it to class, because having that gender discussion is too uncomfortable. It's too and whatever. Look, it's if someone's there, I will admit a class reductionist is better than a right winger, okay? Because at least a class reductionist can see the issues of the system and how it needs to be fixed. But you can be a class reductionist, a lefty, but also be extremely fucking racist. And I'm not saying everyone is, but when you refuse to advocate for racial equality, when you refuse to even admit there is a problem, that kind of adds to the problem. Yeah, fuck Tom McDonald, dude. Let's be real here. The SJWs that TJ used to diss aren't the same as the movement now. I don't think the perception that we had of the SJWs was ever real. I think it was a very small niche group of dipshits online. Not even necessarily dipshits, but people who like really people who just really didn't fucking understand leftist advocacy, didn't understand how to explain ideas well. There was a lot of who was that one person? Whatever. There was a lot of there were a lot of young people, college kids, who, you know, probably heard some really based shit and then went and made a YouTube channel and butchered it. And, you know, weren't able to explain things in a way that made sense to people. It just pushed away people who were more reactionary and susceptible to the message that anyone espousing this kind of talk is an SJW and they want to destroy society. Really dumb. TJ and Paul's ego are so far up their own ass with cringy, contrarian, edgy teenager energy. Yeah, a little bit. I would say Paul definitely more so than TJ, but they both have a little bit of that going on. And we're gonna get to more of that in a second. But yeah, let's okay, I've been talking too much. Let's let TJ get through this thought so I can comment on it.
Cool with all of them, so let's do it. Like, what's the problem? Is tanky simp Soviet Russian are terrible for optics? Who cares? See, the right wing could fucking simp for the Nazis, and like people just fucking eventually like, I guess we're Nazis, you know? Like, let's just be so.
Okay. I need a new fucking cord. Oh my god. I have to keep muting myself. I'm sorry, guys.
Nazis, and like people just fucking eventually like, I guess we're Nazis, you know? Like, let's just be Soviets. It's cool. It's fine.
Okay, so as I just said, yeah, no one's gonna like look at Nazis and be like, oh yeah, cool, they're Nazis. People who are already on the far right might be like, yeah, you know what? Hey, we're Nazis, whatever. I love you. Okay, I love you too. Okay. Yeah, people who are already on the far right might be like, yeah, whatever, we're Nazis, that's cool. But people outside of that movement, people who don't already share that way of thinking, if the right is just mask off, completely open with the Nazi aesthetic, do you really think they're gonna pull people over? No. That's why most of them will fucking argue tooth and nail that they are not fucking Nazis. Don't you dare call me that. I don't care how much how much Holocaust denial I engage in. I don't care how much racist anti-Semitism and Jewish question posturing I engage in. Doesn't fucking matter. I am not a Nazi. And good luck convincing those people that they are, by the way. And good luck, because a lot of them actually believe that they're not. And the ones that know that they are, they're not going to admit it. Unless it's the fucking edgy fucking idiot trolls that don't even care about pulling people over, but just want to fucking post swastikas and post 1388 memes all over the place and talk about how the fucking... the Jews, dude. Like, is that what he was saying, though? He's saying that, like, the left should... There's nothing wrong with... Yeah, it's a racist meme. I don't know if I got the number right, but whatever. It's a Holocaust meme. Okay. I'm losing my train of thought. Yeah, so TJ is basically saying, like, who cares about the aesthetic of the Nazis, of the tankies? You know, who cares if they're pushing people away? It doesn't matter because the right gets painted as Nazis, and that's fine. They're still recruiting. Again, though, like, most people from the outside take one look at the fucking right and is like, oh, it's 1488. Okay, sorry. It's 1488. I apologize. Look, I'm not a Nazi. I'm not a Nazi, guys. I don't memorize those memes. Okay. Holy shit. TJ has his moments, but he has a good heart overall. Oh no, yeah. No, look. I'm criticizing points that I disagree with here. I'm not condemning TJ overall. Like, I want people to fucking understand that, okay? As I said at the top of this stream, like, I fucking spent a long time just blindly, unquestioningly following TJ and believing everything he said and not really having my own opinions on shit. And that's why I'm trying to be more objective and challenge things I disagree with, because even if TJ doesn't watch this and he doesn't respond or whatever, he doesn't care, he's just like, whatever, Jamie made some dumb stream. He was in the chat earlier, before we started, but he was just said worst stream ever. So whatever. He might watch this, he might not. Even if he doesn't, I feel like me responding to this, it's a way to better myself, first of all, and like get better at arguing my points and what I'm trying to say, which I always enjoy doing. Oh shit, TJ is here. It's okay, Jamie. You're just going through your rebellious phase. Soon you'll return to my fold. Yeah, dude. I'll return to the greatness of TJ. Okay, we'll watch a little bit more of this, and I'll show you. I'll get to my disagreements. God damn it, fucking stutter. Okay, let's listen.
Get the hammer and sickle out. Fucking yeah, hell yeah, Stalin, bitch. Fucking we don't give a fuck no more. Why we still gotta be ashamed? It's bad optics. Fuck optics. We'll tell people what optics. Like most of this country is just a bunch of damn sheep anyway. Think they fucking have their own like unique opinions they're bringing to the fucking equation? They don't. They're just a bunch of fucking mindless goddamn sheep. Oh, that's Stalin's bad. It's like, no, he's not. Oh, okay. It's like, whatever. Fuck you. Who cares? Everyone's bad.
Stalin is bad, by the way. Okay, and look, again, like the Red Scare fucking happened. Okay, a lot of people are immediately put off by anything that they view as a communist aesthetic. Okay, they're gonna immediately be like, fuck that shit. You're a fucking commie. You're a fucking Leninist. You're a Marxist. You're a Stalinist. Whatever. Like, and I'm sorry, TJ. No, like, optics are extremely fucking important. We need to be pulling people over. And we're not going to pull over regular people if, you know, we got a bunch of tankies running around, dressing up like fucking Soviet soldiers and, you know, talking about how fucking Lenin was based and trying to, like, make apologetics for all the fucking people he killed. Be like, no, well, actually, when you think about it, you know, because that's, I don't believe in horseshoe theory. I think it's dumb, but the way I see it, that's basically our equivalent to the right embracing the Nazi aesthetic and be like, well, you know, actually Hitler had some points, and, you know, actually Nazi Germany was pretty fucking based. Like, no, that objectively pushes people away from the right, just like this sort of thing objectively pushes people away from the left. It does.
But what's MLs again, though? I never got that. If you answered me, I was looking away. I'm not afraid to admit that I voted for Biden for the exact reason. I'm personally sick of all the meaningless social divisions in this country. I don't know. When has this country ever not been divided? So, Marxist, Leninist. Oh, gotcha. Lenin. I don't know shit about Marx or Lenin, honestly. I don't really give a fuck.
That's look. I'll say fair enough if TJ doesn't fucking know a lot about them. But the fact is. Oh, look, Marx was pretty fucking based, and I've read a little bit of his writings, and I like it. I don't agree with everything, obviously, but as far as Lenin goes, Lenin was a dictator, and honestly, a lot of the arguments I've had to deal with from people on the right, the more left I've moved, is like, you're a socialist. What? Do you like Lenin? What? Do you like Stalin? You know Stalin believed that, right? You know Stalin was a communist. You know that, you know, you're citing something that Marx said, or Marx agrees with you. You know who else agreed with Marx? Fucking Vladimir Stalin, dude. Fucking the Soviet Russia. They fucking horrible fucking country, horrible injustices, terrible dictatorships, and like, I'm sorry, that's the aesthetic that's invoked when you have lefties simping these people. Okay, that's the thing people, that's what's invoked when you just say the word socialism. For a lot of people, that's what they picture. They picture Lenin and Stalin throwing people in camps and bombing the fuck out of people and whatnot. Like that's what they think of. And we need to fucking avoid that. We need to stay away from that image. We need to show people what socialism actually is and what it actually can do for this country. And we need to get the fucking associations that people have. We need to deal with those, that because people have these, like, again, the Red Scare, a lot of that shit is still, like, held over today. Like, there's still a lot of people that anything that invokes the fucking image of Soviet Russia or whatever, like, you can't say seize the means of production. You can't use words like proletariat. You can't, like, people just, oh, the Stalin Russia, like, I get being like, fuck people, fuck what they think, but at the end of the day, we need to be pulling people over. We need to be pulling regular people over to good ideas, which is why I say we shouldn't even talk about socialism as the left. But tankies kind of ruin that, because tankies not only talk about socialism, but defend it in a really dumb way. As a socialist, for years, I have had to defend the idea that socialism has nothing to do with Soviet Russia. And that's not even fucking socialism. But then you have tankies, people who call themselves leftists, who not only don't deny that, but lean into it and say, yeah, you know, these ideas that we have are a lot like Soviet Russia and Mao's China and whatnot. And actually, those were good regimes, and here's why. I'm sorry, but that's not helpful. It's just not.
It's like, I get it. You know, I recognize it and shit. It was an important step. But it's like, you know, I enjoy certain genres of music that, you know, were derived from other genres of music that I don't really give a fuck about, you know? Kind of view it that same way, you know? Like, whoa, you know, without fucking Art Garfunkel, there would be no whatever. It's like, who cares? Doesn't mean I have to enjoy it or have to give a shit about it. I can respect that it was like part of the chain, the causal chain that led to now, but like, you know, I don't have to suck its fucking cock. If other people do, that's great. Good for them. Rock on. What's the secret to the epic
Fucking
beard?
irrelevant, TJ.
Don't shave. Optics are important. We need to be trying to actually pull normies over to socialism. Yeah, well, you know, the best way to do that is to get some tanks and be like, hey, you with us or against us? Right? I don't know. Seems kind of...
Okay, I'm gonna actually, I don't think I need to TJ, did you actually mean that? I'm gonna assume you were joking there, because look, this idea of like, no, let's just have like a show of force, you know, let's just strong arm people into agreeing with us. That's never gonna work. And that's the problem with fascism. We don't want to be fascists. We don't want to appear fucking fascist. As a lefty, I want us to fucking distance ourselves from the fucking shit that the fascists are doing. Because like I said, after January 6th, the way the fascists are acting and acting out in society is going to make it very hard for us as lefties to do any kind of direct action in the future, because they're now going to try and, at least in the mind of dipshit normie idiots who don't know any better, try and like draw a link between the what they did and what we're trying to do. I mean, they've already done it. They've already been like, oh, well, like Antifa, you know, or the BLM protests and shit. See, well, they did it too, and you know, it's the same shit. But like, I mean, most people, partially rational people are able to recognize that no, that's not the fucking case. What the fucking maggots at the Capitol did is absolutely worse than what fucking lefties supposedly did over the summer. But again, this is what I don't want us engaging in political violence. That doesn't mean we should absolutely take direct action, but I don't want us engaging in political violence. I don't want us even saying that we're going to engage in political violence, because it'll make us look like them. And I don't want us to look like them. I don't like the fact that centrists are able to sit there smugly and you know, the right and the left are actually pretty much the same when you think about it. No, they're not. Because the left promotes freedom and actual quality of life. The right promotes nothing but fascist ideals. And so, like, having these people that are able to dishonestly use the idea of horseshoe theory to try and, like, debunk leftists, or at least make them look as dumb as fucking alt-righters, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit, yo. The fascists think they're fighting fascism. Well, that is true, but the fact is, they're promoting fascism. What would have been the outcome if the government had, like, capitulated day one to BLM's demands? We would have got some police reform. We would have got some funding of other areas and cities. We would have gotten some, you know, there would have been a lot of positive changes. What would have happened if the government had just capitulated to the right-wing fascist revolt, terrorist attack on the 6th. We would be living under a fucking fascist regime right now. We would be living under our dear leader and dictator Trump, okay? President for life. Holy fucking shit. There are differences, guys. And I don't like allowing people to blur those lines. Anyway, let's see if there's any more to this.
Seems kind of good to me. The normies don't even fucking, they don't participate in shit. They just fucking bow down to whoever they're told their fucking master is. Like, there's like maybe 10% of this country that's actually politically engaged. We don't need to worry about what the fucking normies think. They'll bow down to whatever fucking master shows up at their fucking doorstep. So fuck them, fuck optics. You know, show up with a tank. Hey, you with us or against us? I'm against you. Boom.
Okay, I'm trying to be real charitable here. I understand where TJ's coming from saying this, okay? I even understand and completely empathize with the feelings and emotions as a lefty that would lead you to say this. But it just doesn't work. Doesn't work, okay? The way forward is class consciousness, not strong-arming people into agreeing with us. That's never going to work. Yeah, I don't think TJ's still here. Otherwise, he would have said whether or not he was actually being serious or not. So I don't know. I just have to, like... I don't think he was 100% serious, but I have to argue it again as if it's serious.
Next house, with us or against us? I guess we're with you. It's like, all right, cool. Can't win without people on our side. I don't know. I already told you how to get them on our side. Tanks. Big
See, even in the chat, like I wasn't taking that seriously because I was trying to be charitable and be like, you don't mean that. Like, look, TJ, what we actually need is, yeah, to get more people on our side. But yeah, I don't. He seems like he's serious. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
fucking tanks and lots of guns. But okay, optics. I don't know. I feel like while we're trying to win the optics war, someone else is going to fucking get the tanks. And then it's going to be like, hey, guys, we're the socialists. Like, wow, you guys are really great. Yeah, we're so nice. Hey, we're the alt-right. Here's our fucking tanks and guns. Like, oh, okay, we're on your side. It's like, fuck. I guess we shouldn't worry so much about optics.
Wait, is TJ actually advocating for, like, a civil war here? Like, unironically? Because... well, the alt-right's gonna get tanks and guns and shit, so yeah, let's do it first as lefty. What? That's not a good argument, dude. That's not a good fucking argument. No, because if they do that, first of all, the government, the military, has enough fucking firepower to pretty much neutralize any fucking domestic threat it wanted to. I don't believe that alt-righters are going to be able to overthrow the government on their own. Now, if they have the military or enough military firepower on their side, we're fucked. But I don't think stooping to their level, much less before they even do, because we're worried of what they might do in the future, is justified. It's not. We have to be better. We have to be. First of all, like, if we were to, I fully do believe this, if we were to, like, take over this country by force, the kind of people that you would have to get on board to actually agree to that, the kind of people that would have to be put in charge of any type of military action. Do you really want those types of people in power once we win? See, we've seen countries that have supposedly been socialist or communist before. And I think that was their biggest fucking problem. Them trying to take the country by force and force socialism or communism onto that country. Because the only type of people that would get involved in that type of action, that type of violent action, maybe not the only, but a lot of them, not the kind of people that I would necessarily want in power once the revolution was over. Because I do believe we can go fascist at the drop of a hat. An uprising that starts socialist. We've seen it. We've seen it. A revolution that starts off as a socialist revolution very fucking quickly turns into fascism. Now, if the other side, on the other hand, does get tanks and guns and whatever weapons and shit, then we have every right to defend ourselves. And we will. And this country will defend itself. And so I don't know if I necessarily buy this idea that, no, we got to do it first. We got to fight first before they fight, because otherwise we're going to lose. I don't think that's a smart way to go about this. Anyway, here.
What the world needs now is tanks, sweet tanks. Drain their fucking blood and keep them in big blood banks. Oh, you're trying to say intimidation. Gotcha. Yeah, show strength, show power. TJ, the AI robotics like Sophia that is apparently being mass-produced, or the robot dog used in Singapore to encourage social distancing. I'm pro-robot. And I frankly, when people talk shit on robots, I find it to be a form of bigotry, and I don't like it. I see Shoe on Head doing this shit on Twitter, and I don't know, man. It pisses me off.
So he's moved on, and I do agree with him on this, by the way. Yeah, fuck this anti-robot sentiment, dude. Fucking dumb. Fucking dumb. Bullshit, yo. Stand back and stand by, TJ. Soon I will be your master. Damn right. Stand back and stand by. Fucking Proud Boys, yo. Okay. Let's move on to one more thing. Okay? Okay. Let's see. Where'd it go? Stand back and stand by. The population has to be smart for socialism to work, and Americans are about as politically savvy as Russian peasants were. Yeah, that's why we need to work on class consciousness. Okay, I'm sorry, just forcing people to agree to something, all it's going to do is make it more antagonistic, make them less willing to actually be on board, know what they're on board of in the first place, and it'll make it like much easier to turn it into a fascist revolt. I don't want to see that. I'm sorry, I know people don't like it, but incrementalism is, in some areas, the only way we can get things done. And I get that it feels like it's not quick enough. I get that it's frustrating at times. But in a lot of ways, it's the only way we can move forward. Because just yelling and bitching online about what we need isn't going to do as much. We need to also be working on incrementally improving the system in whatever ways we fucking can. Even if it's not what we want quite yet, even if it's not, good enough, we got to keep working for it. We got to take those baby steps. Otherwise, we'll never get fucking anywhere. We know how well Americans act when they're told to do something. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And again, if we started like a socialist uprising, the people, you would get so many regular people that would just be so opposed to it. They were like, see, it's Russia all over again. We're turning into China. Like, that's not what we want. It's not gonna fucking move us forward, yo. Okay, I'm done with videos. Fuck the headset. God damn it. Fuck. My hair is stuck. There we go. Fucking garbage. Okay. So, let's take a look over on TJ's Twitter. I got one more thing I want to look at. Oh my god. So the artist Sia is or has made a movie. And this movie so I watched the trailer. Yeah, the movie is called Music. And I'll be honest, Look, I know people don't like the word problematic. But look, I want to ask the people that like get immediately triggered when a movie is called problematic, or when people start talking about problems with a movie that's coming out. This is a question to all of you, not just TJ. Do you believe that there is such a thing as a problematic movie? Do you believe that there is such a thing as a movie that has inherently negative elements that can do some type of harm to our society? Or do you think that that's just not a thing? Because again, and I hate to bring it to the trans issue again, but this is my own personal experience. And quite honestly, something that had to do with why I took so long to come out. It's that the depictions of trans people in media are really fucking bad. Like, terrible. Like, I cannot think of many positive depictions of trans people. Off the top of my head, the only one I can think of, which I've only seen the first episode, but it seemed to handle it decently enough, is the show called Euphoria, which stars a trans girl as one of the main supporting cast. And again, I've only seen one episode of it, but it seemed pretty good. And it was because they actually don't even explicitly say that she's trans at any point in the episode. There's kind of little hints, and you can even see her bulge at one point at the end when she's like lying in bed, and it was what made me realize, I actually didn't realize it until that point, and I thought that was good. I was like, yeah, they didn't beat me over the head with this. You didn't see any fucking like stubble or the fucking classic caricature of a trans person, the classic transvestite image of someone wearing like ill-fitted fishnet stockings and a a dress that doesn't fit them, and you can see their big hairy chest beneath it, and you see their fucking stubble and shit, and they got like bad makeup. Yeah, it's really like it's really disillusioning, and it's really hard because I know not everyone recognizes this, but the fact is media does affect the way we view things. Media affects the way the mainstream views things. And it has a big impact on normie culture. And I get it. We don't like normies here, you know, like those of us in like the fucking like these like niche circles on the internet, we're all like, yeah, fuck normies. But they exist. And we got to live with them. And when all they're seeing of trans people in movies is either sex-crazed perverts, serial killers, or just people that are, you know, played up to be kind of like ugly or gross or whatever, that's how they're going to view trans people in real life. And it's a problem. So when it comes to representation in media, I think it is important that we have positive representation or no representation at all. And from what I've seen of this trailer, it kind of depicts an autistic girl in a very weird, very stereotypical way. Now, look, I'm not saying that I've never met a autistic person who acts like that. I actually have. But to have that be the representation of autistic people in media has kind of the similar effect to the stereotypical transvestite appearing in movies and TV shows, because those people exist too. I've seen them. I've met them. But they're not representative of all of us. And I think the movie handles it in some tone-deaf way. I don't think it's the worst thing ever, okay? And I don't think that this movie has ill intentions. But I do understand why people have a problem with it. And look, what I advocate for is, because look, I'm with you, TJ. I don't like the hate mobs that form around certain celebrities because they said something or made something in media that is tone deaf or not as good. I would like us to get to a place as a society where we can talk about these things, not condemn them outright, but as a society, talk about the implications of these things and try to come to a better understanding of them. But there are certain attitudes that I've seen that kind of make it hard to do that. So here, where did it go now? Where did it go? There it is. Okay. Oh wait. No, it's even further back. Okay, there we go. Let's take a look. There we go. So TJ tweeted, some chick named Sia made a movie that offends autistic people. So of course Twitter is offended. Thanks to them, I'm going to watch the movie. Previously, I never would have. So, I'm not even like, I don't even have a huge problem with that sentiment. I think it's a little, okay. Look, if you're going to watch the movie, go watch the movie, okay? I think TJ's a little too proud of his contrarianism here, honestly. Oh, you guys all hate something? Well, I'm going to give it a chance. Fuck you. Like, okay. Give it a chance. I'm not even saying don't. From what I've seen of the trailer, I get the feeling you're going to be extremely fucking bored, TJ, and you'll probably come away not liking this movie, but maybe I'm wrong. Doesn't seem like your type of movie, but you want to go waste money and time watching that shit? Go be my fucking guest. But look, I don't disagree with a lot of the people commenting here either. And TJ's responses to some of these people, well, let's take a look. So here's a comment. From what I've seen / read, the movie poorly handles the portrayal of people with moderate to severe autism. So it's not just Twitter is offended. It has the potential to further stigmatize autism sufferers. The situation is a bit more complex than just Twitter is offended. And TJ responds, blow it out your ass. Now, TJ, I'm going to be fucking honest. I think that was a very reasonable and nuanced comment, and you could have engaged with it in good faith, but instead you just said blow it out your ass, which shows that you're not really willing to be objective here. You're not really willing to have a conversation. You seem to be doing exactly what this person is accusing you of doing and just viewing it as like, Twitter is offended. Fuck Twitter. Fuck the offended people. I'm against the offended people. And if you even claim to understand their side, I'm going to say fuck you. Okay. A little hostile, TJ. You can really see, you can really be reverse psychology into anything, can't you? If I see a group of people offended by something, I assume that thing is probably interesting. The assumption has typically served me well. Maybe you? I don't know. Interesting. Look, I honestly think you're being a bit of a sucker there, TJ, honestly. The idea that like, oh, well, if people are offended by it, it's probably interesting. I feel like, and I might be wrong here, but I feel like your only reason for finding it interesting is that the fact that people don't like it. And if that's the case, aren't you kind of like buying into their trick? Because a lot of the times people will just make something offensive to get attention, to have outrage form over it so that people will be talking about it. I'm not saying that's what happened here, but it definitely happens. Corporations definitely do that. So to just take the stance of if people are offended by it, I'm always going to be interested in it and it's probably always invalid. That like is a really reductionist sort of take. That's like a very unnuanced position. Are you saying nothing can ever be offensive enough for people to be pissed about? Like, again, you don't have to be pissed about this. You don't have to be offended about it, but to maybe have empathy with some people and be like, yeah, okay, look, I don't agree with you, but maybe you do have a reason for being offended by it, and I just don't understand it. So I don't know, dude. Where's the thread? I think it's this first one. Yep. Okay. So this devolves pretty. Wait. No, where does it go? Oh, okay. Yeah, this devolves pretty fucking quickly. Okay. So he says, blow it out your ass. Someone's like, take the L. He's like, take the D. Okay. Let's see. This person responded, I tried to politely explain the issue people had with it, and you chose to be an edgy contrarian instead. Point taken. You don't care. And okay, yeah, okay. I can see by this. Clearly, you don't care. You don't have to care, but you also don't have to be a dick. And this is when Sarah jumps in and says, why be like this? Genuinely, are you okay? Which, okay, I will admit that can come off as condescending. But I was kind of wondering the same thing reading this thread. Okay, again, no offense, TJ, okay? But you kind of just seemed like you were in a mood and wanted to lash out at people. Maybe a little bit. I mean, that's fine. I'm not going to hold that against you, but like, I don't know. I personally, I value, I value people who are able to admit when they're wrong. So look, you might not think you're wrong, but I really do feel like the uncharitable way in which you responded to a lot of people that commented here is a little uncalled for. Let's see. TJ's like, I'll be okay when my planet is purged of this scum. Okay. Someone's like, TJ, I hope you'll calm down, look back and see how much of an ass you're being. Whatever, this person's escalating, I guess, but what do you really say after, like... I guess all he said was blow it out your ass at that. Well, okay, it's very hard to be able to tell what's being said, but he kind of is being an ass, and this isn't the only thread either. I think there was other things he said that were... But yeah, he says, eat shit. Someone's like, enjoy your tantrum, buddy. Just remember, nappy time is in 20 minutes. I sure hope no one fucks you to death with a chainsaw. Damn, TJ. TJ going hard, dude. Dude, log off Twitter and smoke some weed, Jesus. Get your patronizing, condescending, self-important ass the fuck away from me. I mean... So, like, look, the chat's escalating here, but so is TJ. And again, I think, like, the sentiment here is a little uncalled for. Not completely, but, like, I feel like this just escalates so fucking quickly. Sarah's like, how is this condescending or patronizing? You're lashing out at people, being super calm, and the aggression is unwarranted. I do agree with that. It does... That does seem to be what's kind of happening here. Okay, this person is being condescending, sure. But then she says, because you're acting like a child, you haven't tried to be nice. If this is your trying to be nice, then that's pretty fucking bad. Again, I kind of agree with that. I don't think TJ made a good effort to have a good faith discussion here. I think he came into this antagonistic and brought on more antagonism from his followers and returned it with more antagonism, which escalated. And I get that. I've gotten into that on Twitter before, okay? I've gotten into it in Discord before. I've gotten into arguments with people that were really fucking dumb, and I just get emotional and mad, and I end up being the one to escalate shit. And so I'm not condemning him for that, but, like, I don't know. It's kind of, let's see. He's like, what have I said that's rude to you? She's like, you've been rude or worse to everyone. Read back your own tone. I just don't understand why be contrarian. You'd obviously call someone a fucking moron if I said, I like this Nazi thing because it upsets people. So why do you do it for other shit? I agree with that. I agree with that completely. Because it's like, again, yeah, like, no one will be like, oh, like, you like, no one will be like, oh, like, yeah, I like this Nazi propaganda because people are offended by it, you know, and Yeah. Again, TJ, like, the assumption here from you seems to be that there can be nothing that's problematic in media. There's nothing that's worth getting mad over or even having a discussion over. And that's what a lot of people are trying to do. And I get some people are probably taking this too far and be like, cancel her, get rid of her, fuck this movie, ban it, whatever. Like, those people are going too far. But again, that doesn't mean we shouldn't have a conversation about it. And you don't seem to be willing to have a conversation about it. Okay. I'm not asking about everyone. I'm asking about you. What did I say that was rude to you? Implying I care about things that don't matter. Being condescending. Saying good for you because I care. Would you put up that BS from someone calling out homophobia? TJ responds, the former was in direct response to you basically saying I was only being edgy as a personality substitute. And yeah, in my opinion, the film doesn't matter. The good for you thing was a bit condescending, I suppose. Well, at least you admit that. And look, I don't think TJ's being edgy as a personality substitute. However, I think he does lean on the edgy contrarian take a little too heavily sometimes. And it makes me wonder if he's just like playing it up because that's his character, or if this literally does make him that mad. And if it does, I just want to ask, why so reactionary? Like, seriously. Like, rather than just getting pissed because, oh my god, people are fucking offended again. I can't believe it. Fuck these people for getting offended. I'd be like, okay, wait, what are they offended about? Let's take a look. Let's examine this critically. I'll admit, in my anti-SJW days, I would do that shit a lot. I even remember, dude, okay, this is an embarrassing story, and I'm going to tell it because I think it makes a point. I've never seen the movies Kill Bill, okay? Never, not once. Don't know what they are. All I know, I've seen, like, scenes from them, and I knew the lead was a white chick. And I think back in, like, 2016, I remember, like, scrolling through Netflix, and so long story short, I'm guessing there's a black woman who's also very prominent in that movie, and for whatever reason, the image on Netflix for the movie was of her. And I remember seeing it and immediately being like, oh, what the fuck is this? Oh, of course they fucking remade Kill Bill with a black woman. Of fucking course. Turns out that wasn't the case. It was just the image. And, like, I remember even, like, my sister was sitting next to me, and she was like, are you racist? And I was like, no, I'm not racist. I'm just sick and tired of agendas being pushed down our throat. Think of how much more embarrassing that would have been if I said that on stream or made a video about that. Like, you know, this new Kill Bill fucking remake they're making with a black woman. Fucking dumb, fucking bullshit, agenda pushing nonsense garbage. I can't believe these fuckers. They're ruining the original, even though I haven't seen it. This is a fucking mockery. This is fucking disgusting. Like, holy fuck. But that's the reactionary fucking mindset that I had. And I'm not proud of it. And this was like 2016. This was like, I was getting into the anti-SJW shit, and I was starting to see it fucking everywhere. I was like, everything's SJW propaganda. Something as black people must be propaganda. Something as women must be propaganda. You know what I think is one of the biggest arguments for why we still need to have the conversation about representation in media, especially when it comes to, even still, ridiculously enough, women, black people, gay people. You know why we still have to have that conversation? Because when it comes up, people still act like this. People still act reactionary and like there must be some sort of problem with it. Depictions in media are important. I know you don't want to admit it. I know you want to just separate yourself from it. Realize it's not real. I get that. Good luck making that the national sentiment among this country. Good fucking luck. Because there are a shit ton of people, I was one of them, who think they know everything because they've watched some fucking shows. I thought I knew a shit ton about, like, the medical industry after watching House. I didn't know shit. I remember watching 24 when I was young and thinking, oh, this is how it is. This is how the government works every day to defend their soil from terrorist attacks. The terrorists are coming constantly. This is why torture is good. You know, watching, like, movies with police and thinking, like, oh, yeah, I know everything about how the police force runs. A lot of normie-ass dumb fucks that have no exposure to the real world. And trust me, the more insular and online our society becomes, the more that becomes the case. The less the less exposure people have to the real world, and the more they have just to media, the more they're gonna take what they see in the media as fucking gospel. And so I think we do need to have conversations about representation. I think that is fucking important. Anyway, I guess that was like the overarching sentiment of this whole thing. I don't know what I was just reading that got me onto that. Let's see. I went down a path, yeah. Because I have no clue why you insist on being a dick for no reason. What's the point? It's wasted energy. It feels like virtue signaling for acting cool because you're not like everybody else. Yeah, again, a little bit. It comes off that way, TJ. I'm not going to make the assumption that you are doing that, but it kind of comes off that way. When you're like, yeah, Twitter's outraged about this thing. Well, I like this thing. Fuck you. Like, it makes you seem like you are just doing it for that reason. And it makes it harder for you to argue that you're not. It makes people less likely to believe you when you say you're not. And I think all people are trying to do here is get you to kind of recognize that. Okay, and TJ says, because I don't like seeing artists bullied by a mob of crybabies, even ones I don't give a shit about. And look, again, I'm not a huge fan of that either. I don't want to see people, like, dogpiling someone because they did something problematic. But, TJ, just taking the polar opposite position just to spite those people isn't the answer either. Because, like I said, there is a conversation to be had here. And the crybaby bully mob on Twitter might be taking things too far, but you don't help the situation by taking things all the way in the opposite direction. I think it's valuable to look at the nuances of this discussion, look at the other side and say, okay, why are they upset? And honestly, I do think that there are some instances where certain people, certain things should be canceled. And I've talked about this earlier, and I know this is something else me and TJ disagree on, and I'll touch on it a little bit. Because TJ was talking about the Gina Carano incident, and he was saying that he just doesn't like cancel culture. He doesn't like the idea of, like, taking someone down, taking someone's career down because they believe in something or because they said something dumb. But we have to remember, I think, that a lot of the people who are celebrities in our culture are people that are looked up to. They are people that are venerated by our culture, whether we like it or not. Again, you can say, oh, well, I don't venerate them and I think it's dumb, but unfortunately normies do, okay? And ideas are spread with people by people with a large platform, with a lot of eyes on them. And as I pointed out in I don't even know where this was, I'm not going to pull it up, but in another live stream with TJ, he was talking about the cancel culture thing, and I was like, I don't know. Personally, I think that cancel culture in a country where the working class have so little power to enact change, to affect much of anything, I kind of like the fact that regular people have the power to take down a celebrity who's a piece of shit with an outrage mob on Twitter. I like that. I think that's regular people taking back control, taking back a little bit of power and saying, look, if you celebrities are going to have power over us, and they do, if you're going to be venerated and put up on a pedestal by our society and rewarded monetarily and through praise and adulation, then if you do something that we don't like, then we're going to take that platform away from you. And I think that's an extremely powerful thing. Now, here is something that I don't want people to get twisted. Do we take it too far sometimes? Yes. Do we even take it too far most of the time? Probably. Does that mean we should never do it? No. Absolutely fucking not. I'm personally glad that Harvey Weinstein is no longer able to make movies and abuse women. I'm glad that pieces of shit are not allowed to use their positions of power to take advantage of regular people anymore. That we now have a system that says, no, fuck you, we're not for this. Do I think Sia needs to be canceled for this movie? No. But does she need to have a conversation about autism and maybe try and sit down with the autistic community and figure out where she went wrong? Yeah, I think she should. I don't think she has to. But for the sake of personal growth on her part, yeah. Because, again, the depictions that we put into mainstream media matter. And they have an effect on the way people view certain groups. Again, some very, very harmful depictions of trans people in media. And eventually I'll do a stream dedicated to that, because I have a lot of problems with it. So I don't think someone needs to necessarily be canceled for this, but I get why people are upset, and I think there needs to be a conversation around it. I've never seen the movie, but if you inappropriately and inaccurately portray something, that's a problem. But I also think we should just. But I also don't think we should just start an outrage mob. No, I personally, I know I just offended cancel culture. I don't think this is an area where it needed to be used. Now look, if someone is proven to be like a rapist or something, or even just unapologetically espousing like racist, hateful ideology. If the people don't like it, they have a right as the people to at the very least say, we're not buying this. We're not watching this. Honestly, the way capitalism is supposed to work is that people are supposed to be able to vote with their dollars. But now, and not now, for the longest time, I have a video up on my channel, something about how Hollywood sucks. I don't know, just whatever. It's a good video. Was it Jay versus Hollywood? I don't know, some shit. Hollywood fucking sucks. Yeah. Talking about how movies don't even need to be good anymore. In fact, in a lot of ways, they just rope you in by making them intentionally bad. Because the mainstream movie creators all know that they're gonna fucking be successful no matter what. We're gonna go see their movies. They're gonna make a fucking profit no matter what. And I've always hated that. And I have always wished that more people would get on board with, yeah, no, we're not seeing this. Yeah, no, we don't want this. Stop giving us crap. And by the way, her movie does look like utter fucking crap. Okay? Like, I watched this trailer. It looks pretty bad. Aside from the tone-deaf nature, it looks pretty fucking bad. Pretty fucking self-indulgent, too. Her fucking weird dance scenes near the end of the trailer, the weird musical numbers, just crank the cringe factor up by a lot. And I've never particularly hated Sia. I don't particularly like her. I'm okay with some of her songs and some songs that she's collaborated with other people on, but I'm not really a fan. But yeah, this movie just looks really bad. And personally, I like the idea that if someone creates a steaming pile of dog shit and tries to pass it off as a movie, that they don't get to make any money off of that movie. Unfortunately, boycotts are often hollow. Yeah. But an angry mob on Twitter is not. So, because again, I've always hated this argument of like, oh, well, have you seen it? You haven't seen the movie. You don't know if it's good yet. All that is an argument to try and trick someone into paying money for something that they otherwise wouldn't have. Because now you're criticizing something you haven't seen. So you have to justify it by watching it and then judging it as shitty or not. Trailers exist for a reason, guys. Trailers exist as a way for us to get a taste of a movie before committing our time and money to that movie. And if the trailer's dog shit, the movie should definitely be judged on those fucking merits. Absolutely. So, yeah. If I think honestly, people should just get not like mad, but people maybe a little mad when Disney puts out another soulless cash grab of a fucking live action remake that nobody asked for. The people should be like, are you fucking kidding us? We're not watching this. We're not watching it. That's what I wish people did with The Lion King and the Aladdin remakes. But they went and saw them anyway. Further proving to Disney that there is money in making crap. Same as the people who are going to go pay now to see fucking Ben Shapiro's movie. Yeah, give Ben Shapiro more money while telling him that yes, you should be making shitty fucking movies like this that inspire kids to fight back against school shooters and get themselves killed, try to play the fucking hero in life or death situations. Get out of here. And I know TJ said he wants to see that too. He's like, oh, trailer didn't actually look that bad. I don't know what trailer TJ watched, but that movie looks like another utter pile of fucking dog shit as well. Probably a little more watchable, but the underlying messages, and I do think those are important, are fucking abhorrent. Twitter mobs can often be just as hollow. There's plenty of substance to judge this movie off without seeing it. Yeah. But no, Twitter mobs can be hollow too, sure. But, like, it's easier to get people on board with, like, a Twitter mob that's like, fuck this movie, we're not watching it. And because, look, I honestly do think, and it's really hard to do this, but as a society, I do think we should stop being like, cancel this person, fuck this person, and more like, no, fuck this piece of art, or fuck this thing they did. And if the thing they did is an overall indication of their character in general, then okay, sure, just be like, yeah, fuck this person and cancel them or whatever. But, like, yeah, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a tool. I think cancel culture is a tool that we can use, and it often gets misused. Very often gets misused. More often than not gets misused. Which is why I think we need to talk about these things rather than just dismiss them. We can't just dismiss the idea of canceling people. We can't just dismiss the Twitter outrage mobs outright. We have to use nuance, and we really do have to examine each case specifically and examine the nuances rather than just making assumptions or just being like, people are pissed again. Must be for a dumb reason. Anyway. It furthers the idea that cartoons are... Wait. What are you responding to? It furthers the idea that cartoons are just for kids and not works of art that can be appreciated by all ages. Yeah, that's true. I can't believe anyone would want to watch a Ben Shapiro movie. I wouldn't even watch it for free. I go watching it to make fun of it, but... I've listened to... if you guys are ever bored, check out I think, what was it? Chapo Trap House. Chapo Trap House did a reading of Ben Shapiro's book, which is horribly written, really tone deaf, really racist. Just a really bad fucking book. Yeah, if you guys want a good time, it was fun. It was a fun little. I watched a little clip compilation that someone had made of a few of their readings. Yeah, look it up. It was fun. Can you enjoy art with bad messages or creators? I can. Oh yeah, absolutely, abso-fucking-lutely. There are episodes of Doctor Who, for example, where I really disagree with the message being said, but I love the episode. For example, Cybermen stories. If you all know what the Cybermen are in Doctor Who, they're a race of, well, they're not a race. They are an upgrade to human evolution, where people basically the idea is that any civilization of humans that gets too advanced and someone ends up coming up with the idea to, let's upgrade ourselves. Let's take the next step. Let's fuse ourselves with machines. And now, the reason that the Cybermen are bad in Doctor Who is more because not only that they're upgrading themselves, but that they're turning off their emotions. And I think that has a bit of an inherently anti-transhumanist message to it that I'm not a huge fan of, because I think it can lead people to think, oh yeah, augmenting your body in any way is going to lead to this sort of thing and it's bad. I disagree with that. I'm all for transhumanism. I'm all for augmenting ourselves and improving ourselves through technology, because we're already evolving alongside technology. We all use smartphones now for fucking everything. We use the internet for fucking everything. I think technology is the next step in human evolution. But just because I don't like the underlying anti-transhumanist tones that Cybermen stories in Doctor Who sometimes take, I'm able to separate that and go, okay, well, in the context of this universe, if I take away like the allegory and say, yeah, no, they're becoming unfeeling creatures that just want to upgrade everyone against their will, yeah, that's not good. But yeah, I don't like what it implies, but I still enjoy it. And I think it's fine to enjoy art that has questionable implications. It's just, we can also talk about those things. There's nothing wrong with talking about it. Another episode of Doctor Who I kind of liked, and I know a lot of people hate. It's called Kill the Moon. And basically has a very clumsy abortion allegory. Basically, the moon is an egg. And, okay, also terrible sci-fi premise, which is what almost ruins it for me. The moon is an egg. It's about to hatch, and its hatching could potentially be devastating for the Earth. So, do we let it hatch, or do we kill it? And it's got like a very clumsy abortion allegory, but I don't agree with the overall direction I think they're pushing it in, but overall, the episode itself, aside from the terrible, I admit it's terrible, science fiction plot line of the moon being an egg, I get it. Fucking dumb. But there's parts of that episode that still work for me, so I enjoy it. So yeah, there's a lot of things like that. I'm not for canceling media in a way that like it can't be seen anymore. Conversation should be had. I guess I'll touch on the last thing I disagree with TJ. Well, not the last, but the last thing I'll talk about here that I disagree with TJ on, and it was something that he brought up in one of his recent streams. He doesn't like the fact that Disney Plus shows a little message over some shows or movies that lets you know that it has problematic and outdated depictions. TJ's like he was talking about the fact that it has one of those messages at the beginning of Aladdin. And he's like, I don't like that. I just don't like it, yo. They're fucking, why do they gotta do that? I'm like, what are they doing? They're not impugning you for watching it. They're not, sorry, I used that word wrong. They're not condemning you for watching it. They're not even condemning it for existing. They're just having a conversation. They're putting a disclaimer there and saying, yeah, this has some out-of-date ideas. And the Aladdin movie does have some weird depictions of what's supposed to be Middle Eastern people. So, yeah, I'd rather they put up a message like that than edit it too. Exactly. The media is still there. It can be viewed for what it is, but now we have a little bit more context. What's the problem with that? I don't see a fucking problem with that. Not in the slightest. I think it's a good thing. Well, I don't think it's an inherently good thing, but I think it can be. To give people the context of like, yeah, this was made in a different time. We had different values, different ideas, and, you know, we recognize this is kind of out of date. But it's still there. No one's taking it away from you. So yeah, yeah, I don't see any negative to it either. None. And that's the like, all it does is start a conversation, and that's what I want. That's the happy medium I want to get to, where when there's problematic media, we don't ban it, we don't censor it, we talk about it. Because having conversations about anything is how we get things done, how we move shit forward. And having conversations about depictions in media can help. Remember when right-wingers wanted to cancel that football player for taking a knee? But it's only on the left, right? Yeah. Only on the left, except for when it's not. So I've been streaming for a good long time now. 2 hours and 45 minutes. I will, I guess I'll chill with the chat for a little bit, and then we'll wrap this up. So I'll let you guys, if you guys have any final thoughts and anything you want to add or ask me or clarify, anything I didn't see earlier that you want to bring up again, feel free. Feel free. In the meantime, also know that I have a Patreon, yo. I got a Patreon where I do streams criticizing my old content. I do call-ins with patrons and all types of fun shit. In fact, my first ever patron stream, I had TJ in it, and we both got drunk and we had a really good time. Not enough people have seen that stream because there was a lot of fun shit in that stream. And if you become a patron, you get to see that as well as all the other patron shows. And once we get to 20 patrons, I'm going to be adding to the perk. I'm going to be adding commentaries. We're going to be doing either movie or TV show or whatever commentaries where I'll play something like really bad, really cringy or whatever, and I will either I'll comment it on myself or with Chess and or maybe even Animancer, depending on what's up. So yeah, if that sounds like fun to you, join the Patreon. As everyone leaves. Fuck this bitch talking about her fucking Patreon. I'm out of here. I'm out of here, bitch. It's okay. You don't have to. What you should do, though, is like the stream and share it. Share it. Share it with everyone. God damn it. That's where everyone went. TJ's live. Fucking piece of garbage. Piece of fucking garbage. TJ knows I'm live. Did he shout this stream out? No. Instead, he went live himself. Fucking garbage. You know what? I take back all the nice things I said about TJ earlier. He is a piece of fucking shit, yo. Piece of goddamn garbage. Worthless, irredeemable, piece of shit. I hope he gets trampled by velociraptors in Minecraft. I don't have time to watch much of the Patreon content, but I believe I'm a supporter. Well, thank you. It helps to have more supporters. Trust me. Hey, Jamie, I recently I'm kidding, by the way. I still love TJ. Hey, Jamie, I recently watched a film made in 1998 with Ving Rhames, a black actor famous for playing Marcellus Wallace, where he plays a drag queen helping a drug-addicted mom. You ever watch it? No, I have not. I can't comment on that. I haven't seen it. Have me on? Nah, dude, I'm about to wrap this up. This has been going for a while, yo. It's called Holiday Heart. Huh. Okay. Well, maybe I'll check it out. I do want to I want to do some research for. I want to do a stream. I talked about this earlier. I want to do a stream about trans depictions in media. For next stream, dude. I'm not just gonna bring someone on unless I think they can add to whatever it is I'm gonna be talking about. That being said, I mean, I'll always bring you in if we do call-ins or whatever. But if you think you have like specific insight on a topic that I'm talking about, then maybe I'll try to have you as a guest for that stream or something. I'll be honest, I kind of realized I don't really like streaming with other people all that much. I kind of prefer just sitting here doing my own thing. And if I'm going to have someone on, it has to be someone that I bounce off of really well. Which is why I do enjoy streaming with Annie, because we bounce off each other really fucking well. We have a really good energy and chemistry when it comes to our performances. I also really enjoy having Chelsea on for the same reason. I feel like we get along really well. But it's hard finding someone you got that decent performance chemistry with. I was kind of surprised because he usually plays a macho black man in films, and he played two LGBTQ characters, but that brought him accusations of being a closeted gay man. What's your thoughts? Yeah, that's kind of dumb. But look, I don't know. People shouldn't make assumptions based on that, but I do think we need more LGBTQ actors. I don't think anyone should be impugned for playing those. Impugned. I keep using that wrong. I don't know who. You know what? I think I picked that up from TJ. TJ keeps using the word impugned wrong, and I start using it. That's not what it means. It means the opposite of how I keep using it. And now I'm pretty sure. I think I either picked it up from TJ or someone else, but I keep saying it, and it's not a word. Well, it is a word. It means to absolve someone of guilt, not the other way around. I basically use it as the opposite. I feel like that's my problem. I need to find the right person to do content with. Yeah, it can be hard. It can be really fucking hard. That's why, like, I unless I feel like super right about my ability to perform with someone, I don't plan on picking up any new co-hosts anytime soon, or starting a show with anyone unless I absolutely know I perform super well with that person. Yeah, let me see if that's right, because hang on. Yeah. Impugn, unpunished, scot-free. Yeah. Yeah, to be absolved of guilt. Yes. Okay. So that's really weird. I'm not the only person that uses it that way. A lot of people use it that way. It's wrong. It's wrong. Well, okay. Like I said, I've been doing this for a while, so I'm gonna peace on out of here, yo. Definitely check it out. His character was super good in that film. Just wanted to ask if you ever watched it. Thanks for answering my question. Have a wonderful night. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for liking the stream. Again, if you guys enjoyed it, make sure to share this stream specifically around with people, and consider becoming a patron. Like I said, it's only $2 a month. Gets you access to all of my shows and some Discord perks and shit. So yeah, go check that out. Until next time, guys, I love you all. Even you, TJ. Even you fucking fat neckbeard streaming during during people who you know this is mostly share fans with you. Piece of fucking shit. I love you. I love you. I love you all. We'll see y'all next time. Yeah. Oh, we're probably going to be doing a Stoned Rejects tomorrow on Underhaven. So be sure to go check that out. If you're not subscribed to Underhaven, go subscribe to Underhaven. That's a show me and Annie do together. And yeah, we're going to be talking about the latest Nintendo Direct, which will be tomorrow. So hopefully we'll have a lot to talk about on that show tomorrow night. So don't miss it. Don't miss it. I will be back here probably on Thursday with another Hopium Hour for you all. So I hope you all I hope you're all stay well and you know, remember that you are all beautiful and amazing people. I love you all very much. All right. Never forget that. We will see you next time. Peace out and piss off. No, wait. Even better. Peace the fuck out. Bye, guys.